From Gain is here in studio with a very special furry friend and all we need to know about cuddly adoptables that are ready for your family. Welcome, Sasha.
Hi, thank you for having me.
And this is Rollo.
Yeah, this is Rollo.
Just like the candy.
Just like the candy. That's a good way to remember it, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about his story. I know he came onto the show because he is your oldest dog at Gain.
Yeah, he's been at the shelter the longest. Usually we bring the dogs that have been here the longest to give them a little bit of an edge because they usually are out of the puppy zone and everybody wants a puppy. But there's lots of benefits to getting a dog that's a little bit older. You're going to be able to give it a little bit of a voice and a second chance, which is nice. So Rollo is a year old. He was a stray initially. He's been at our shelter a little bit more than 200 days. And he's just in search of where he can play and run. And he's very happy and hyper right now because he's finally out of his cage. So we're just going to let him chew on his leash and be happy and free, have his happy moment.
He's very playful, and I was telling you a little bit about this, Sasha, earlier, is that you would think that, you know, a really small puppy is more playful, but he's got a lot of spunk.
He does. He has a lot of spunk. He's very, very loving, very sweet, very playful, lots of energy. Lots of energy. He would be a great pet for someone who has a big yard where he can run or goes to the beach a lot, goes on hikes a lot. He'd be a great adventure buddy, I think.
Definitely. How is he with kids or maybe, as you said, maybe someone who's more adventurous?
Sure, yeah. So we've had Rollo experience a lot of different age groups and people. Considering he's been at the shelter so long, we have lots of volunteers that come through from different schools and different ages. So everyone that he's interacted with, he's had a very positive experience with. From kids to older. He's also great with other dogs and cats as well. So he kind of fits into every single facet of your life.
And now he's chewing.
Yeah, he needs a toy, but that leash will do for now.
Maybe you might have the toy for Rollo.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
Tell us a little bit about how we can go about adopting one of our furry friends, even if it's not Rollo. What should we do? I mean,
sure.
I think Rollo's a great dog.
So there's a couple different ways that you could go about it. We do have a website, guamanimals.org. You can go there and there's pictures and some little facts about all the animals that are at our shelter. Or probably the best way, I think, is to just come to our shelter. Come to our shelter, walk around, take some of them out, play with them in the yard. And if you do decide that you want to adopt them, it's just a $125 adoption fee. The fee includes their spay and neuter, which is actually a really great deal. All the shots that they receive when they're with us, and then their microchipping as well, just in case you're to lose them. So you do get a lot of benefits from paying that $125 fee. Definitely.
Yeah. And I know you probably spent a lot of time with this particular dog.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been at the shelter for almost a year.
Yeah, almost, yeah. He's been fostered out a few times for our storms and stuff, and everyone who has fostered him has nothing but great things to say. But he's just had some bad luck with people leaving island and things of that nature. So that's just why we've had him so long. There's really nothing else behavioral-wise that's holding him back besides just a little bit of bad luck. Is really all.
Sure. And what can you tell a family or maybe someone, like you said, who's really adventurous and is looking for a dog? Why should they get this particular dog or come by the shelter?
I think when you come to the shelter, you should be very open-minded. And even if you want a puppy, check out the older dogs as well because they've been there the longest. A lot of them are already house trained. A lot of them know some commands already. So you're helping them out in a way too because they've been there so long. Like Rollo. You can, like you said, he has the personality of a puppy, but he's a little bit older. He just needs someone who doesn't mind of that 1-year-old number, you know?
Right. Definitely.
Is that the spot?
Any tips that you could give maybe some dog owners at home about how to best take care of your puppy or your older dog?
Sure. I would say all animals are different. Some of them are really scared in crowds, some of them love people, some of them don't like cats, some of them love cats. So I would just read your audience. They very clear signs when they're scared or when they're stressed. You'll be able to notice and just read them really well. They're all so different. They're like people.
Yeah,
They're all very different.
Ooh, all have different personalities. This one's very curious.
He is. He's like, what's over here? What's over there? I'm gonna take him to the park after this so he can like run and play, and that'll be good for him.
And tell us a little bit about, I mean, what would you think is the ideal situation for Rollo, and what kind of care does this particular dog need?
Lots of walks, lots of runs. You can see he's like bouncing off the studio. someone with, I think Rollo deserves a home with other animals so he can play with them, other small children that they can grow up with him. Because he really does. He has the personality of a dog who really wants to be around people and interact in everyone's life. So I think that'd be good for him to have lots of people, lots of love, lots of attention. I think he deserves that.
That'll be great.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about Gain? I know your mission, you're always out there in the community doing different events and also just encouraging people to adopt.
Yeah.
Why would you say adoption is the best way to go?
So as you all probably know who are watching, you know, Guam has a very big stray animal population, and we're the only animal shelter on island. So basically we're like the last resort for all of these stray and unwanted dogs, and they come to us. So with there being so many dogs and us being a nonprofit, our resources are very limited and they get used up very quickly. So even if you can adopt, even fostering an animal makes a big difference in what we're able to do. By you fostering an animal, you're able to open up more kennels, so we can actually help more animals. You make that animal more adoptable. So like today, I'm taking Rollo home to foster him, so I can speak better about how he is personally with house training and all that good stuff. So you make him more adoptable, and then you get to help us out too, because it really plays a big part in placing them in the right home is if we know exactly how they are. So you as the foster person are able to tell us that. It makes our job easier.
Right, so maybe we can even just go down to Gain and
to foster, yeah. That's
idea.
a big help. And there's no time commitment. You can bring them back whenever you want. And we also encourage a lot of our fosters to find forever homes for their foster dogs because there's just so many and we need to work together. And my foster community is just so amazing, and we wouldn't be able to save as many dogs as we do without them, honestly.
Right. He's such a happy dog.
He's like, I'm going to go on the couch even though I'm not allowed. Get down. Good boy.
Oh my goodness. So again, as we're wrapping up, I mean, people are probably going to want to adopt Rollo. He's really, 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 really fun. Tell us where we can go again.
Sure. So you're just going to go to the website. He is actually listed on the website. So just go to guamanimals.org. You'll see his picture there. You just click on it. Click on adopt info, and then you just submit your application, and then he's technically reserved to you. So nobody else can come in to adopt him, which is really nice. Then you just come in, you pay that fee, and then he's yours forever.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So thanks for hanging out with us. We'll be back right after the break. Stay tuned to KUAM.